Hello everyone, welcome to the channel Hidden Life Manual. This is a space where we try to find solutions to life's problems that we encounter on a daily basis. Today we are going to talk about how acting on an emotion before tracing its source creates the very feeling that you fear. So, what happens when you focus on the feelings and take your decisions based on your feelings and chase the happier feelings? So, when you chase something like a happier feeling or a better feeling, then it is like chasing happiness. The more you chase it, the farther away it goes from you. Your mind doesn't know why it is feeling bad. It just picks the person nearest to you and blames them for the situation and you feeling bad every time. But there are a lot of other things that go into your feelings apart from the person that is near you. So let's try to understand this whole mechanism and not take decisions solely based on the feelings. Feelings deserve a seat in the decision making process, but they cannot be the sole decision makers. We have to give emphasis to them, but we have to put some logical and rational things while having the situation and our past conditioning also being into the place for this whole decision making. So you're not careless when something makes you angry or hollow. The feeling is real and you respond sincerely. That's why nobody thinks to question it. We just live the way we are living and we think this is how we are and whatever we are doing is right. And everybody who is taking decisions think in the moment that they are taking the right decision. They repent their decisions later on when the feelings and the emotions fade away, and then they can look at the situation from a more rational and logical lens. And also those feeling based decisions are now impacting them and their life, and now they are repenting their own decisions. But once we have taken a decision, it gets hard to revert them. So why not take better decisions while keeping your feelings as one of the data points, but not the sole ones? So what actually happens between an event and a decision? So something happened in your life and you feel something, and then you respond to it and you take a decision based on that. But we have to understand the hidden mechanism behind this. It's not just the situation that happened and you are feeling and then you can just take a decision and go away from there. This is a sure shot path for making you feel worse after this decision making. You need to understand that the situation has to be interpreted by your mind, and that interpretation happens how you were conditioned, the way you were raised in your life, and what all past incidents have you been through which are similar to this, which also evoke the same emotion, and what happened to you during that time. And after this interpretation, you feel the emotion. So there is a different video where I'm talking about how you connect your emotions and how your emotions are reinterpreting themselves, and you learn through that. Feel free to watch that. But we will cover this whole situation, interpretation, and emotion in this video as well. So, situation and then interpretation and then the emotion that we are feeling. And once we decide the emotion based on our conditioning, then we feel. So, this is the point where we think that I'm feeling something bad or good because of the person in front of me. But that is also based on my interpretation and how I was conditioned in the past. Now this feeling creates a story, and then you take an action, and that action converts into the consequences. So what is happening? The feeling was not built only on the present moment. What you feel is shaped by the present event, unfinished experiences from the past, learned responses, the condition of your body and surrounding environment. Someone you love does not reply for 6 hours. The event contains uncertainty, but perhaps an earlier partner disappeared before leaving you. Silence meant punishment in childhood, and today you slept for 4 hours and skipped lunch. One moment is now carrying the weight from several places. So your mind is now assigning a resource. Often your nervous system becomes activated before your conscious mind. You understand why: the tightest chest, short breath, heat, and hollow stomach. The signal does not arrive with a certified explanation, so the mind reaches for the most available one, which is the current situation, the current person around you. You act on the assumed source, which is the person in front of you, the situation in front of you, or anyone who is interacting with you at the moment. Because feeling is strong and the action becomes large, you accuse before asking. You do not try to understand the situation, you do not try to understand the other person's perspective, and also now you're so much engraved into this feeling that you are desiring to take the action right now, and you feel that that action is going to give you the satisfaction and make you get rid of this situation. But that is the biggest trap. Now let's go to the next step. Once you take the action, you make your system to learn that whenever I'm going to feel this way again, and when anybody is around me, then that person or the situation is the root cause of me feeling that way, and then I will take an action to end things, to blame the person for me feeling that way, and then run away. So once you do take actions like this, your nervous system is also training based on the situation. It is trained, and now in the future, once you face this situation, you will again take the similar actions, and now taking this action is again going to be easier. So this time it was at least a bit tougher because you were taking it for the first time, but later on you will have a nervous system that would have learned how to react in this situation, and you will automatize this whole thing, and your system will automatically try to take similar actions, the one that you are taking right now. So the pattern becomes faster in future. So what's the solution of all of this? We feel that we correctly identify the present situation. So this is not an invitation to tolerate mistreatment. You don't have to think that the other person is not the problem in the moment, or the situation is not the problem. You just give it a data point as well, and then try to understand that is it the root cause, the sole root cause, or is there something present in my conditioning as well? And how do you do that? You name the feeling precisely based on what you are feeling right now. It could not be just bad or stressed. You need to understand that what is it deeply that you are feeling. Is it anxiety, shame, jealousy, loneliness, embarrassment, or powerlessness? Or it could be any other feeling that you are feeling in the moment. I'm angry may become I feel embarrassed and powerless, and anger is covering both. Anger is just a cover for what you are feeling deeply, so you need to understand what you are actually feeling. Precise naming would help you move from being completely inside the emotion to observing it. Ask one question: is there anything else happening in my life right now? So I might be in a situation where for last one week I am stressed at work, or from a situation where I am unable to achieve something, and then I come to my partner or my friend, and they are doing something which is irritating me, but that situation might not irritate me when I do not have a problem like that, when I do not go through that tough week. So I take decisions in the moment, thinking that the feeling that I am feeling right now is because of that person, but it is a resultant of the whole week's feeling that I encountered, but I blamed or took action thinking that this moment is the root cause. So you have to ask that question to yourself: is there anything else happening in my life, history, or environment, or body that could be producing? So there can be multiple reasons. Whatever happened in your past, whatever happened in your childhood, whatever happened is happening in your body. You might be feeling a certain way because your body is not feeling good and you are going through some issues in your body, some hormonal changes in your body, and that might be making you feel it this way. And this might be amplifying, or your environment is so chaotic and you live in a house where there is chaos everywhere, and that is invoking anxiety in you. It could be anything. So once you name the feeling and then you ask the question that what is in it in my environment that is causing this, then you will be able to be in a situation where you take this decision and write the possibilities down. Check 6 places, like the observable facts: your sleep, are you sleeping good, or are you waking up in the middle of the night? Your physical condition, unresolved problems or elsewhere in your life, what are the problems that are already open in my life and are not solved? The similar experiences from your past, the learned responses from childhood, and the environment surrounding the event. Inside your head, the loudest explanation wins. On paper, different explanations have to compete. You have to understand what are the situations in my life that could be impacting this current situation. And ultimately, you have to now accommodate all of these data points that you have written down and understand that what belongs to this moment where I'm feeling bad. So could there be anything else from the past, environment, physical health, or the surrounding, or whatever I'm experiencing, contribute to this, and not the current situation is solely responsible for what I'm feeling. And now, based on this, respond to the evidence and never in the spike. When you feel a particular spike of emotion, then you have to stop there and wait to take the final decision, because you have to let the feeling go away from the moment and then take a rational and logical decision so that it serves you in your future as well. Nobody explained that a signal could be real while being mistaken about its address. So the work is not to stop feeling, it's to stop obeying the understanding, and to place one question before the feeling and the action. What else could this be about? So the whole summary of this video goes to, before taking any action based on the feeling, you have to stop and decide, is this situation the only reason for me to feel this way, or can there be any other reason and I'm just acting in a spike of emotions? So next time you feel something and feel the feeling and the emotion to take a decision in the moment, you just have to stop yourself and do the analysis. Just redirect your thoughts towards analysis rather than taking the decision, and that will help you take better decisions in your life that are going to take you to better places and feeling better ultimately, rather than you taking decisions based on spiking emotions and feelings and then feeling worse later on. So that was about feelings. I hope this video helped you guys. See you next time.